As you can see, early in the morning, fog is all over the place. I'm in a really special place. I am in the Grasslands National Park of Saskatchewan. This is one of my favorite places in all of Canada. This is my favorite park. This is my favorite national park in all of Canada. It's an amazing place. Wild buffalo still roam free here. There's prairie rattlesnakes. There's prairie dogs. Coyotes were howling last night as we were sleeping in the tent under the stars, under the Milky Way. I love this place. You have to work to get here, but it is truly a stunning place. I love this grasslands. At first glance, there's not a lot to see, but when you start looking at the details, that's when you really see what this place is all about. There's cactus and black widow spiders and all kinds of really great things here. That way south, a 7-iron shot is Montana and the United States, and we're right on the border of that. And for the next couple days, I'm gonna roam around here and shoot some stuff on my 4x5 and on my Hasselblad medium format camera. And I'm gonna do, I'd like to do a little book project on this place that I've started, and it's gonna all be in black and white. And the good thing about shooting sheet film, and one of the things that I'm gonna show you guys this week, is that if the sun was out, and if the sun will come out, it's supposed to be a nice day today. If the sun is out, the light is gonna be really harsh. It's gonna be beating down on us. And what I'd like to do is flatten out the tones of the image. And my plan is to, when the light becomes harsh like that, is to rate my film. I'm using Kodak T-Max 400 film, is rate my film at 200 ISO. So my development method, my film is a true 400 ISO. I'm gonna rate my film 200 ISO, so I'm gonna overexpose at a stop. So if my meter reading says 1/30th at f/16, I'm actually gonna shoot it at 1/15th at f/16. But then what I'm gonna do in the darkroom is I'm gonna lessen the development. I'm gonna lessen the development by about 20%, and that will even the tones out. The light, the tones won't be so harsh. I don't want super blacks and really high highlights. I want a flatter image, a more grayer image, a more softer image. So that's my plan on this. On today, and the other beautiful thing about sheet film on today is this morning the light is very flat. So I will shoot my film normally, and then I don't have to adjust that development time. And I'm going to show you some examples of both. I'm going to take a picture of and photograph a sheet normally at 400, develop it normal, and do it this way when I shoot it at 200 and underdevelop it. And I'll show you the differences of what it can do. We were out last night. It was just a beautiful night here last night. I photographed some things, and yeah, we're gonna explore this whole place for the next couple days, and I'm gonna take you along on the journey, and we'll see what kind of images we can get. It's so quiet, you can't hear anything right now. This is just a real magical place. The easy thing and the great thing when you have to photograph something that's gray, there's a bunch of gray wood, is it's really easy to get a spot meter reading. You just take a spot meter reading off the gray, and that's your exposure. Right now it's 30th at f/22. I want to wait for just a little bit of light to come out. I'm photographing an old cattle pen, corrals This old cattle pen, or this old corrals, is from the 1800s. This was part of the great land and cattle company called the 76th Land and Cattle Company. Isn't that a great name? That would be a great Western. I could see Brad Pitt playing the lead role out here with the 76th Land and Cattle Company. But it's they've left the old corrals the way it was. So these corrals are over 100 years old. And I want to get a really nice photograph of this in the grasslands of the corrals just kind of glowing. So I'm just going to wait for a little bit of light. Do a quick meter reading right off the gray slabs of the wood. And that's all I need to know. And I'll be able to get my picture quickly. So you can see by the shot here, I'm actually using a 0.6 soft grad filter because the bottom is a lot darker than the top, than the sky, and I want to kind of even the two out. And it's great with, of course, the digital camera to see this, and to you can see exactly what you're getting. And I'm going to shoot a photo of this with on my 4x5 as well, and I'll use the grad filters for that. And we'll see how that looks too. This place is so vast. It's just, right now, it just goes on for miles. There's nothing around here except grasslands. A couple trees that I'm photographing here in the middle of that dirt road. It's really kind of cool being out here in the middle of nowhere, not close to any town. There's no other people around here. I love coming to this place. And this is a prime example of when I'm going to overexpose it, underdevelop it, and it's going to come out a little softer and not so harsh with super dark blacks and highlights. I want it a very even, almost historic looking type of photograph. You have to consider what kind of man Walt Larson was to build this cabin, this homestead in the Frenchman River Valley here a couple hundred years ago. Winters would be stinking cold here. Summers are incredibly hot and dry. And the nearest place for anywhere around here is about 50 miles. Pretty amazing what some of these homesteaders did. Anyway, I've been exploring these Grasslands National Park here in southern Saskatchewan. This really special, amazing place. I love this place, this minimalism in making photographs. I hope you enjoyed this little trip and working with my 4x5 and with my Hasselblad. I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I'm working with both systems now. And I also shoot a lot of stock photography too that goes on to Stocksy. So you can check some of my work out there, some of my color work. But it's good to shoot color in black and white, and I've converted some of those files from the Hasselblad to black and white as well. But I still love this 4x5. It's got such a great look to it. And these grasslands are just a wonderful, magical place. If you ever get a chance to come here in Saskatchewan, I highly recommend you doing so. There is limited services here. There was actually no services here. There's just a campsite. So you need to bring your own camp gear, food, water. There's nothing to get. But that's also what I love about it. It's not busy. There's no tourists. There's no traffic. It is just a place that you can have all to your own. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you next time. Cheers.